you have to build value. You have to build real, meaningful community value for it to have true value. So let's start your crypto journey first before we dig into all of this. When did that start? You said you bought Ethereum. When did you start getting aware of the space? And what did you think it meant then? And then how did that change as you start to see NFTs and the tokenization of everything?
It was a very, 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 now looking back, very bougie, very A-list, very Illuminati group of guys and gals that got together at South by Southwest back in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we called it the Jam Session. And Chris Sacca, Travis Kalanick, founder of Uber, Ashton Kutcher, Mark Cuban, Sophia, girl boss, and Josh, other people maybe not as crazy names, but MSG and Josh Hellman and Aaron Battalion and on and on and on. And Aaron Battalion is the reason that I bought crypto so early. He was the former CTO of Living Social, but he's a true technologist, like a real technical nerd. And, and in a jam session, quite a long time ago, I listened, didn't say a goddamn word for 2 hours as they talked about Bitcoin. It was the first time I'd heard of it. And it was just so over my head for a couple reasons. Unlike you, my friend, even to this day, my ability, my knowledge, even my passion around currency and let's say financier and financial is quite low. It doesn't grip me. It is not my deep passion or understanding. It doesn't come natural to me. Even like the concepts of central banking or trading currencies, it doesn't come natural to me. And I don't love it. But I was very fascinated by this concept of decentralized servers. It was so profound at the time. So that happened. I bought some, maybe 6 or 7 coins. I can't even explain how low it was. It was just nothing. Forgot about it. Came back maybe a year or two later.
This is a key point that I've got with the space is many people come into the NFT space to extract value. They think they've got a community. The first thing they do is that as opposed to having any utility or any community value proposition, they just take money out of the community. And we saw that with like Kings of Leon and a few of these. Suddenly it collapses, right? Because what you've just done is take money from the community, give nothing in return, apart from giving one single person a product. And the idea is you have to build value. You have to build real, meaningful community value for it to have true value.
That's right. I think that I was very comfortable with some of the cynicism from the OG NFT community when I announced it or when I launched it, because I understood I didn't have the audacity to think that they should have spent 20 or 30 or 15 or 10 hours on who I am, what my track record was.
People have got to understand that you particularly put yourself out as the product. So if you were to betray that, you've lost all trust and integrity, in which case your brand goes to zero. So you're highly incentivized to absolutely make sure it goes as well as you possibly can. Nothing can all be guaranteed as a success.
The day before VeeFriends launch I'm at the height of my financial life. And that is completely built on my reputation.
Yeah.
So I think to your point, and it's very clear to me that you have a good sense of this, I had everything to lose, but that was the best part because I knew what I said to you was true, which was there just was no outcome. If for some miraculous reason, 87 things went poorly that led to a shit show, I was going to give everybody their money back. There's no outcome where my reputation doesn't trump my bank account.
And that's not saying you think that the tokens can go up or down in value, but it means that you're there to guarantee the rug pull, that this is not that. It doesn't go wrong. The other thing I'm looking at is also IP rights. So let's say you're a pop star, you've just started your career, and to your community, you sell the first year's IP rights. You share in them. And they pick the song that they think is going to be a hit. There's going to be millions of people on TikTok trying to explode the content, getting it everywhere, because that's their job. I've looked at this whole crypto space. I've been in it since 2012, and I've been excited about the whole thing, and all of it is less exciting than this tokenization of culture, the kind of NFT plus community stuff that's coming, plus the metaverse. is like the biggest thing I've literally ever seen.
I think that's right. And I think, I don't know if I have more respect for the OG or enthusiastic Bitcoin community. They get mad at me when I do podcasts, but I always say to them, please don't be mad. I'm actually complimenting. I think it's so big that I'm just curious what sovereign nations are going to do. I don't know what else to tell you. It's actually the greatest compliment. It's not an insult. I don't not get it. I think I get it so much that I'm like curious because I think it's, a big deal and really cool. And I love that. But I do think that what is a far bigger conversation is the tokenization of the gray of society, which I think is a $1 industry. And I think we're in the pre-dawn of it. And I think the cat's out of the bag. And I think these next 30 years are going to be iconic.
And hopefully we'll both be at the forefront of it.
Yeah, and hopefully for me, I'll be honest with you, I, for a long time ago, realized I was going to make all the money I ever wanted for myself, because the truth is, the only number I ever had in my mind was $100,000 a year. I came from very humble beginnings. That was the only number that I really thought about. I definitely want to be at the forefront, but I want to bring the most people to the forefront so it completely changes their lives. And one of the reasons I chose this podcast out of all the ones that I got bombarded with is I really appreciate what I think you're doing for your community as well. And I understand how you navigate, which is probably why you understand how I navigate. And I cheer for people like that. So thank you for having me on. I hope this discussion helped some people. And this was fun.
Yeah, thank you for coming as well. And look, I think this is really important for people to understand. What is going on is a big opportunity, and it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, everybody can participate.
Yeah, I mean, look at Axie, look at Bored Ape Yacht Club. These are things that were incredibly inexpensive, and this is a transcending half decade in front of us around this, with the potential of an 18-month winter within it, which is going to be an incredibly fun thing to watch of people who they have conviction and who doesn't. And so I just wish everybody great luck, but most importantly, do homework. Do not be influenced by me, him, or anybody else. Do your homework, rely on your strengths, make your own decisions, and play with things that you can afford to lose. I think the opportunity is real as well.